Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to Do You Mindful. I am back and here to talk to you guys, and I'm so happy to be doing so. This past week, I reached out to some of you guys and asked for questions that you might have for me. And something that was brought up is what to do about comparing ourselves to others. This issue hits super close to home, and I want to talk about this. It is such a natural thing to compare yourself to other people. And I mean, it's hard because we really don't know very much about what's going on with other people other than how they present themselves, whether that is on social media in a very glorified way, or when we see someone in person and, the people that we don't know very well, we really just see just a tiny, tiny piece of who people really are. The thing is, when, we think about ourselves, we have such a complicated perspective. We are, as I've said so many times now, our harshest critics. We see the worst in ourselves. And so the view that we have of ourselves is not only so much more detailed and more complicated, it's also so much harsher than the way other people see you. And so that's definitely something to keep in mind. On the flip side, when you are seeing other people, as I just said, you're only seeing such a small sliver of who they actually are. And you aren't seeing all of the insecurities, all of the doubts, all of the negative things that they feel and think about themselves. And so the point of view that you are getting of this person is completely inaccurate. And also the point of view that you have of yourself is completely inaccurate. Whenever I start comparing myself to other people, I really make sure to remind myself that my perspective is so warped. I see so much more of myself than I do of these other people. And I mean, while that's a good thing for me to work on myself, it's not so good when I'm in the depths of comparing my attributes with other people, because I'm not gonna dissect other people nearly as much as I'm gonna dissect myself. And I'm sure a lot of you relate to that. Also, such an important thing is the awareness that you are comparing yourself to other people. And that is the first step to kind of putting a stop to that. When we are comparing ourselves, like many other emotions, we get into these cycles and we think of something, oh, this person's so much prettier than me, oh, this person's so much better looking. And then we go on and on and on, we go deeper and deeper, oh, they have so much better style, they have much better skin, better hair, why don't I look like that? And the more that we propel this cycle, the worse it's gonna get. But if you are aware of the fact that you are comparing yourself and you are making that active effort to stop, that is the first step to really, stopping yourself from doing this. But you really do need to be aware of it and you need to want to stop. And then once you are aware of it, hopefully you'll start to catch yourself in those moments when you are comparing yourself and take a step back and be like, okay, I really don't need to be doing this. And that leads me into, I guess, my next point, which is I really faced this battle with comparing myself a couple of years ago. I still face it, but I was at the peak of it, a couple of years back when I'm in film school and I would constantly see the work of other people in my class. And every time I saw other people's work, I was so down on myself. I was judging myself so harshly, and I was like, oh my God, all of these people are so much more talented than me. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to be in this school. Everyone else is so much better. And it was not good. It was really bad. And I think once I realized the extent to which I was doing this, I was like, okay, there's really nothing that this is doing for me. It's good to some extent to, use other people's success to motivate you, but really that desire to succeed should come from within. It should be an internal goal that you have within yourself, something you want to reach, something that you want to do for you, for reasons that are important to you, not just so that you can beat out this other person. I think so much of this really comes from a place of insecurity. Like, as I just said, I was comparing myself to these other people because I felt like shit. I was not confident in myself, and so I was constantly looking at other people's stuff, and I was feeling worse and worse and worse about myself. But then I made the conscious decision to turn my energy inward instead of outward, and to really look at myself and say, okay, like, what is the problem? What do I want to change? What is unsatisfactory for me? How can I be better so I'm at a place where I do feel good about myself, and so I'm not constantly feeling bad about myself when I'm looking at other people or the projects that other people are doing. It's really important to notice why you are comparing yourself, if that makes sense, and that's so much easier said than done. But notice what aspects you tend to be comparing about yourself and see what you can do within yourself to work on those things, because staring at other people and wishing you had what they had is really not going to get you very far, and it's just going to make you feel bad. So taking actionable steps to get to the place that you want to be is what you should be doing. So what I was just saying really requires you to build up some self-esteem and some confidence, and that's really difficult. It's hard, and I've been there and I'm still there working on it. I think it's really important that you start consciously telling yourself the things that are good about you. Start cheering yourself on. I know it sounds cringy or stupid, but honestly, you don't realize, but you're telling yourself so many negative things about yourself every day. We are constantly criticizing ourselves and saying all these terrible things to ourselves. We're not speaking to ourselves the way we would speak to anyone else. We're speaking to ourselves as if we're our own enemy so much of the time, which is crazy because we are our own best friends. We are only going to be with ourselves for life. And so we need to cultivate the very best relationship that we can. As I just said, when we compare ourselves to other people, it's a lot of times because we're not feeling so good about ourselves. And that comes from negative self-talk. And so we need to change that to positive self-talk. You know, if you see yourself in the mirror, say how good you look today. Your hair looks good. Your outfit is awesome. Just compliment yourself and tell yourself the things that you deserve to hear, the things that you want to hear, because you deserve to hear them. You don't deserve to be tearing yourself down. That's not serving anybody. If there's any other questions that you guys have about comparing yourselves or any other specific things that you want to talk about, I'm always here to talk to you. But yeah, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to be back. And yeah, I hope to see you guys for some live meditations this week. But other than that, I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Have a good day.